Yum, 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 yum.
You haven't seen the best of me. I'm still working on my masterpiece, and
Good morning, guys. I wanted to give you a look at my daily routine, and it's a new routine that just as I've been trying to get more on track, I've been implementing. So first things first, oh, I think it snowed. Oh, I think it's actually snowing right now. It's about 10 to 7. If this went according to plan, it would be 6:30 right now, but I snoozed a little bit. Chris just left for work a few minutes ago, and before he did that, he made me some coffee in a little French press. So I'm going to drink some coffee and I'm going to do some stretching. And while I'm stretching, I'm just gonna do a little bit of meditating about what do I want to accomplish today. And I don't know, I just think it feels good. Like, I left my phone upstairs. Usually I wake up and while I'm still laying in bed, I pull up Facebook, I pull up Instagram, I pull up my emails. Like, I'm laying in bed and I'm already getting my, like, I'm getting anxious because I'm looking at everything happening around me without being centered and focused on what I'm doing. So this is it. Oh, water. Start your day with some water too. So now I'm all stretched out, the blood is flowing, I feel awake, there's blood in my body. I just threw on some pants, woo, so I can actually go to the gym and not show off my butt cheeks. So now I'm going to do my vitamins, I'm gonna do some breakfast, and then I'm gonna drink on the way to the gym, and I'm gonna get my protein ready for after the gym. So I have 1 scoop of my superfoods here, which is great because then, you know, I try really hard to get in as many greens as I can, but it gets really hard. So when I have my superfood nutrition, it's just so much easier, and I can rest assured that I'm getting all the micronutrients I need. So I just put it in this little cup, add some water. It's really yummy. It sort of tastes like apple. I'm gonna use this to make my shake in a second, but what I do, just so I hate doing dishes. I'm just gonna shake it up in here. This camera is like a really awkward height right now. Meh. Is that better? It's on top of my protein. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. All right, so I'm gonna drink this. I'm also gonna be taking my supplements that have been chosen for me and for my nutritional needs. I'm gonna take those with my greens, or my superfood here. I have like fish oil, stuff for my hormones. 5-second rule. Supplement just to keep my metabolism going. because that is what burns calories and burns fat off of our bodies when our metabolism is revving up. Yum, 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 yum. Once I started adding these different superfoods into my diet, I was sleeping really, really well. My skin was clearing up, and then I went maybe like 4 or 5 days without it, just because it was like a long weekend and then a holiday or something. Like, I don't remember. Ooh, that didn't turn out. Because my body really adapts to things. It either, like, I can go really clean for a while and my body will react nicely. Like, my skin will clear up, like I just said, and my digestion will be great. And then as soon as I go back the other way, my body's like, screw you. So these shakes can basically be a whole meal if you want them to be. I'm doing chocolate, which to me, this tastes like if you've ever had a chocolate, like a bowl of chocolate ice cream or an ice cream cone and it's sort of melted, that's what it tastes like when you're drinking this. So I'm just gonna put 2 scoops. Let's see here, 24 grams of protein, 24 carbs, and 6 grams of fat. But this has all whole foods, great ingredients, something I can actually be really proud to consume. So here I have this little blender, and what I will do is throw like a handful of spinach in here, but I used a smaller blender today, so I kind of ran out of room. So we'll just trust that the superfood nutrition is enough. But that's exactly why I love these products, because when you go, oh, whoops, haven't had spinach in a while, well, you're getting all the same good stuff. So I have this blender. We're gonna get this blending up. Make sure your lid is on tight. About this blender is now I just have this and I can just take the lid off and take this in the car, and I'm gonna drink it on my way to the gym. I'm also gonna take my post-workout protein, my ISO 100, and I'm just gonna throw it in a little container so I can have this with me. I'm gonna put it in here. So after the gym, I can just dump it into my blender bottle. That looks about right. Breakfast shake on the way to the gym, and then I have my pre-workout in here, and then when I'm done working out, I have my protein powder, and then I have some BCAAs in my car as well, or in my gym bag, I think. So now we're just gonna go to the gym. Just got back from the gym. I ended up doing a light shoulder workout. Again, I've been dealing with some injuries, so I'm trying not to do anything that's going to strain any muscles or get hurt. I don't really want to get hurt or anything. I didn't do any cardio because, quite honestly, I didn't want to sweat that much because I showered last night and my hair is somewhat clean. I don't feel like showering again and washing it. So here's that protein powder that I just packed up. I just came home and I was like, oh, I didn't drink that. So I think what I'm gonna do is just make some protein pancakes. So I'm going to use Kodiak cakes, and these are the protein ones. They have, for a half cup, they have 30 carbs, 14 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fat. So I'm going to do a serving of this, and then I'm gonna add this to it. So I'm just gonna end up having whatever 25 plus 14 is, 39. It's made a lot of protein. Coconut spray. With the gas stove, it heats up pretty fast. Second pancake turned out a little bit bigger. And with this protein powder, woo, the pancakes become like kind of sweet. So I actually think I am gonna go with almond butter for this one. So then it'll be sort of like a chocolate peanut butter situation. So we'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one. So usually while I'm eating, it's not the most mindful eating ever, but usually I will track my food as I'm eating it just so I don't forget. So in between bites, I'll pull up my Fitness Pal. And I'm gonna add my protein powder and these pancakes. So I already have all of that in here. There we go. See that little scan button? Push that. I'm trying to do this in the camera. Let's see here. Here we go. See? Pulls it right up. Half cup. Perfect portion size. Select. Now it's all in there. All right, I'm gonna eat this and then I'm going to rinse off and pack up my food and head to the office. All right, now we're gonna get everything ready to go to the office. Clearly I didn't put on a ton of makeup or anything. I'm giving a workshop tonight and I don't like to put on like all my eye makeup before I go to work, because if I have a workshop in like, you know, 7 hours, it's gonna be all like faded and gross anyway. So I'm gonna come home before my workshop, touch everything up and then go. So, 6-pack coolers go in my 6-pack bag. And this is the one that I love because it has all of my work stuff in here and then it's a cooler down here. So I don't have to carry all of my stuff, which I know I've talked about this one before. I just love it so very much. So I'll put my coolers in there for my ice packs. And then food that was packed previously. Just fits nicely in here. Make sure I have my waters with me. And then I have other like dry items in top with my computer and stuff. So like rice cakes, almond butter, supplements, all in there. So I've just been working today. I don't have any clients today, so it's like writing newsletters, working on the workshop I'm doing tonight, and I'm just getting to lunch now. It's about 1:30. I was supposed to eat this at 1. Sometimes I just get really wrapped up in what I'm doing, and I will usually set alarms on my phone that will start going off saying like time to eat, and then I ignore them because I'm too busy. Don't do that, not good. So I'm just having some chicken and broccoli. It's about 4 ounces of chicken and a cup of broccoli, and some white rice with red lentils in them, but after we cooked them, the lentils turned out a little bit more yellow. And this is about a cup of rice, and then I already gave you the amounts for that. So just gonna have my water and maybe have a little bit of coffee after this, just for a little something. Addicted. And so for some of you, your sugar addiction could be the reason why you can't lose those last 5 pounds. Or maybe your sugar addiction is just super annoying because you hate always having to grab a coffee or grabbing something on the vending machine at 3 in the afternoon. Or maybe for you, your sugar addiction is the one thing that's keeping you from being healthy and it's leading you down a path towards disease. Either way, tonight we're going to talk about the 4 types of sugar addiction and what that means for your health. We're going to talk about where sugar is hiding, how to find it in all of the products that you're eating, and how to find healthier alternatives to all of your favorites. So who here thinks that they're addicted to sugar? And sugar is considered an addictive substance for 2 reasons. When your body eats this food, it gets broken down, it's being metabolized, and your body's like, hey, I kind of know what this is. I'm going to use this for energy. I'm going to use this for fuel. I'm going to use this fiber for this. Most of what we're eating that are whole foods with sugar, it has a job to do in your body. When we're eating these junky foods that are filled with added sugars, and it's not just this food, we're talking about ketchup, barbecue sauce, spaghetti sauce, salsas, dressings, all of these sugars are in there. When that goes into your body's like, who invited this dude? Do you know him? I don't know him. And so most of the time it just gets stored as fat because your whole body's like, oh, put it in jail. We don't know what to do with it. That's the most simple way to explain it. So most people, I would never want anyone to leave this workshop and say, I can't have fruit. We'll talk about fruit juice and some tips to help with sugar absorption for that, but just keep that in mind. So Some examples. We talked about teaspoons of sugar, which are like healthy amounts. Gatorade, health food or junk food?
Junk.
But what do they market it to you as?
Health.
They market it to you as a health food.
Yes, bad for your kids.
Terrible.
People give it to their kids all the time. It's just
Because on the commercials, there's an athlete, he's sweating, he's running down the field. You're like, I want my kid
Yeah,
to
but
be
I
a good
thought that's
athlete.
what they give kids when they're dehydrated.
They do because it has electrolytes, but you could also drink coconut water. That also has electrolytes, and it doesn't have any added sugar. There's as much sugar in here as 5 Reese's peanut butter cups. When I talk to athletes, I ask them, would you come off the field and eat 5 Reese's peanut butter cups? And they all say no, and I say, well, why not? They say, well, it's a junk food. Because in their head, it's positioned as a junk food. But it's our job to take responsibility for our own health and ignore whatever the claims in the commercials say. I want to walk you through my evening. As you can see, I am nice and clean and showered. So now I'm just going to pack my meals for tomorrow and then plan my workout for tomorrow. And then the rest of the night is just hanging out with Chris. Let's talk about packing our meals for the next day. So I have my cold meals and I'll show you those in a second. But I'm also gonna do a rice cake with about a tablespoon of almond butter. So I have Justin's packets. So I have Justin's almond butter, so I'll just throw one of these in my bag and I'll probably just throw the rest of these rice cakes in my bag. These are just Quaker oats, plain, gluten-free, salt-free rice crackers. So those will be going in my car. Are here. And then kale salad that I made a little bit earlier today, I'm gonna do a whole separate container of that. So for 2 of like the 4 meals I'll have while I'm at work tomorrow, I'm trying to get in, this is probably like 2.5 servings of greens, which is great. And then, you know, in the morning I'll have my greens in my smoothie, and then with dinner we'll have some greens. I'm trying to really up those as much as I can. Now I need to add some more greens to this, and then I'm gonna do 4 ounces of chicken in each of these with about a ½ cup of rice. So for this, I measure it out in ounces. So right now it's set at ounces, and I have one of my containers with broccoli. And I'm just gonna take my chicken. Might be easier with my fingers. Okay, we're almost there. 3.4, 4.1, perfect. I'm gonna do this one. And these containers are just a little bit smaller because they go to my 6-pack bag that I recently got towards Christmas time. And it looks like a briefcase, and it's a cooler at the same time. So it's awesome because then I don't have to carry my briefcase and my cooler all at the same time. 3.6. The only issue is since it's smaller, it's hard to fit everything in here. 4.3, so I'm gonna take this big chunk out. 3.8, close enough, right? Because we had 4.1, and now we have, or is that a 6? That is a 6, okay, hold on. 4.3, 4.2, okay. Lord, get on there. 4.1, perfect. Now let's do our rice. This may not fit, so I think I'm gonna get another Tupperware. All right, I got another Tupperware, and I wish I knew off the top of my head how many grams this ½ cup of rice was going to be, so I could just measure it on the scale, but I don't. So, ½ cup. Doing everything with one hand. So I think I'll just put 2 servings of rice in here, so it ends up being about 1 cup. And then when I go to do my meals, I'll just divvy it out. Once I get to work, I can always put it on a plate. So there we go. So then I'll just throw the lids on there, and those will be ready to go for tomorrow.